Thank you. Thank you for mentioning the muted. I did not realize that. Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Oh, that's embarrassing. I didn't realize the update reverted everything to, default. And I guess it did not want to automatically take my mic, as one do. I was saying how fun con was. And that I'm happy that I only probably caught a cold for now anyways. I tested negative for COVID, which is good. And I already know like my throat probably hates me a bit because I was screaming a lot because I wanted to do the whole concert thing, aka grab glow sticks, wave them around like crazy during songs while screaming. I'm like, yes, I will experience this at least once, twice, 3 times or more in my life. It was worth it. I feel dead a little bit, but it's worth it. My nose is upset with me, my throat's upset with me, my body's upset with me, but it was fun. It was very, very fun. I gotta take some... for cosplay pics? Oh yeah, I have some of those, but... Oh man. I still gotta take care of like my merch that I bought. I bought so many... Or I bought like a decent amount of stuff. I wanted to buy more, but I'm thinking to myself... My arms are gonna hurt. Especially since I was stupid. Or at least I think I was a little bit stupid for buying a bunch of stuff and then going to a concert and waving my glow sticks around as one do. Like, this is a good workout. Like, yes. My arms are feeling extra sore, but it's fine. I did like the ultimate arm workout in that case. As one do. And of course my feet hurt a lot. And I died a bit waiting out in the sun for like 45-ish minutes. As one do when waiting to get inside and walking around because there's no parking. But that's fine. It was fine. But man, that was great. It was so worth it. I'm gonna be suffering for like the next few days, but it's okay. I can still taste everything. I could eat. Yeah, I could eat stuff. I can taste things. My stomach's fine. It's just that my nose and throat. And arms and legs. Yup. I dual wielded the glow sticks. I had to. And I had like multiple bags around my arms too. First day I had like 3 bags. 3 bags worth of stuff because I clearly don't know how to pace myself. But that's fine. The second day I had 1 bag, 2 bags? Yeah, like 2-ish bags, depending. So I learned how to pace myself the hard way. But oh man, I'll probably feel better like within like the next couple of days. I just gotta be semi-good. So without further ado, let's go into Turtle Island Uncharted Waters. Water Monster Crisis. Whee! Oh, that sounds so fun. I want to be able to do the chants and colors properly. Man, that's hype. Instead of me just like winging it, jumping up and down, yelling, be like, wee, as one do. I did not finish all the Tesla coil fights, not gonna lie, but I went for the tickets because the tickets were the main thing and some teapots. Because I did use a lot of my teapots though because I wanted to do my rank up quests, especially since I recently got Gawain. Finally got the boy and had to raise him as one do. But at least it wasn't too bad. Oh yeah, I definitely will check another test. I was good though. I at least went to work with a mask on too. I'm like, you know what? Coworker, I think I caught a cold. If you want me to stay home, I'll stay home. But if you're okay with me going to work with a mask on, I'll go to work. Luckily, she was fine with that. I'm like, okay, I'll be here. I did not cough or sneeze during work, so I felt so proud of myself. I'm like, yes, that means I am semi-healthy. Kind of, sort of, not really, but it's okay. And now for the prologue. Oh man, those fights hurt. Never want to do that again. Why is Surtur so tough? Ooh! Okay, so we're at a beach. Well, I shouldn't have expected anything less.
Good. The race shift went smoothly. This one was a little risky, so I wanted to get confirmation from you first and foremost. Everything okay, Misaki?
Well, Da Vinci, I think I'm pretty good. I'm all covered up so then I won't get a sunburn. I have some sunscreen. I'm all good.
All good here. The race shift went perfectly, just like always.
No, not just like always. When I think of race shifts, I think of the crazy ones like where I'm falling from the sky, so all good here.
Phew.
Your vitals look good too, Master.
My equipment is under maintenance, so I can't join you. But I'll handle the data processing from the command room to make up for that.
Yep, you'll be a big help.
And given the situation, the more eyes we have in the command room right now, the better. Because once again, this race shift is an unusual case.
I'm kind of surprised we started off race shifting.
We still don't know exactly where you are. Obviously, we have the exact coordinates necessary to race shift you there. It is at least definitely on Earth.
Ooh, hello, how goes the fating? Apparently well, we had a perfect race shift.
But in the same way, say a video game might glitch and send you out of bounds, we haven't been able to pinpoint your location. That said, we can't just ignore your singularity, so we had to race shift you to those unidentified coordinates. Only after tripling our safety measures, of course. So how's it look? Can you see anything that might help you figure out where you are?
Well, I see a tree. I see the water. I see more trees in the distance. And I see some rocks. Very, very tall rocks. One could say mountains. I also see clouds and a blue sky. Very descriptive. All I can say is it looks like a tropical coast.
Our scanners aren't much help right now. We're only getting vague numbers that can be interpreted any number of ways.
Is there anything physical that might help? Things like cloud formations, ambient temperature, scent. Would any of those provide hints? Well, cloud formations, the clouds look very, very fluffy. Very, very descriptive, right? Fluffy white clouds that are pretty big, actually. The ambient temperature, well, it's a tropical island, so normal tropical island temperature, yep. The scent, well, my nose is kind of stuffed, so it just smells like air. Yes. Was it helpful, Mash?
Of course. So our next step is to hear what they have to say about that stuff. For such an opaque singularity, it's surprisingly forgiving when it comes to race shift compatibility. But when choosing servers to deploy, we erred on the side of caution and chose those who seemed the most compatible.
So, I wonder how Areshkiga is compatible. I mean, she's compatible with me. Sorry, but I have no idea where this place could be either. I am the ruler of the underworld. I have no business in a vacation destination. If it helps, I can tell you this place has no connection whatsoever to the underworld. The underground here feels empty, and not in a hollow cave kind of way. Still, the fact that I've been chosen must mean I have a part to play. Plus, it feels like it's been a long time since I had anything important to do. So if there's anything you'd like my help with, just say the word. Will do. I am amazed how we're actually traveling with Areshkiga. This is great. And Wu Zetian?
I did not know this place either. All I can say is that it's clearly far from civilization. Though I suppose one could say the same of anywhere that isn't my dazzling city of Luoyang. By the way, Queen of Kerr, you'd better keep your spirits away from me. I mean it. Not, to say that I'm frightened of them. Just that I don't want one standing behind me, waiting to surprise me. Not like I'm scared or anything.
I love the sunglasses. As a bona fide star, I can't say I'm excited about performing on such a drab stage. Can't say I love this heat either. I'm not a dumpling. I really don't need to be steamed. Are you sure I'm a good fit for this mission? Do you really think my power is going to be necessary here, of all places? Well, Lambda, actually you're the most well-dressed for this place actually, because you are your summer self. I guess none of you have any idea what this place is either. That aside, this is quite the odd lineup, isn't it? As far as I can tell, none of you have anything in common, so I wonder why you were chosen for this mission. Of course, there are a variety of factors that go into determining a given servant's race shift compatibility. So the fact that none of you seem to have any direct connection isn't necessarily strange in itself.
I don't know for sure, but perhaps it is simply that we are all terrifyingly beautiful, especially me.
Huh? Hey, torturers, quit lazing around.
Make yourselves useful and build me an easy chair with a leaf parasol or something. And hurry up before my beautiful skin starts to tan. You there. Your job can be to fan me with a palm frond.
Can I have a parasol too? We are all of us gorgeous crowd pleasers. Or pleasers. You are the star of the nation. Of a nation, I am a star of the sea. She is the star of the underworld. Maybe our stardom is what we have in common. We are each rulers of our respective domains. What? Hey, get back here, Leviathan! Don't you go in the water without my permission. We still don't know if it's safe. Now stop. Stay. Well, each of them have summons. That's another thing they have in common. I can't speak to the sea, but I've already started sending out spirits to keep an eye on our surroundings. It really has been forever since my last mission. I'm excited to be back in action, but I'll need to be careful not to get too carried away. As a representative of all the Sumerian divine spirits, I need to demonstrate that I'm a strong, capable goddess. What is it that you three have in common? Maybe one thing you all have in common is having lots of followers? Yeah, this one. They have a bunch of summons, aka followers. Huh? Hang on. I think I just found something. All right. I knew we could count on you, Erie. Where? What is it? According to my Galu spirits, it's that way. Oh? What was that?
Was that one of your reed penguins? I didn't know you had any that weren't black and white.
Don't be ridiculous. That thing was nothing like my Leviathan. I suppose it was at least kind of cute though. I only got a quick glimpse of it. Do you think it's some sort of indigenous creature? Let's go after it. Whatever it is, we might be able to learn more about the singularity from it. Seconded.
A good empress always listens to the wise counsel. Alright, torturers. Does everyone have a good handle on my palanquin?
Then go. Go, go! A chair made out of fronds? I didn't even see them make it. That was quick. Whatever it is, I want it. There it is.
Hold on, isn't that?
You know, I'll take both. Something's chasing it.
What should we do, Master?
Let's save it. Clear. If lacking in artistry as declarations go. Very well then. A true star gives every performance her all, so long as she has an audience, even if she's slumming it with other acts. Go warm up the crowd, Leviathans. This will be our opening performance. I did not expect that one fish dude, but at the same time, I'm entertained by him. Okay, I'm not gonna turn on the teapots for now. I'll take that off. No need for them. Oh no, new enemy type? I mean, oh yes. Please, enemy type, please. Oh. Oh. It's a merman. Alright. Now I know what that is. I don't know if I should keep staring at it. I feel like I shouldn't, but at the same time, I'm just so in awe. Like, look at it. Maybe the little creature I was chasing could be like a baby merman. A baby merman could look adorable, and then it turns into that. Stare and he'll still back you. Ah, yes. I stared too hard. He got shy and he ran away. Yeah, that's an enemy type, alright.
I've never seen an enemy like that before.
It looked like a merman. Well, I did say fish dude, fish creature guy. Whatever it was, it had absolutely no aesthetic sense. I'd sooner die than share the stage with one of those things.
It's gonna be tough to analyze that creature remotely, but I'll give it my best shot.
Now, where did the first thing we saw go?
It's a bebe.
There it is. And it looks like it's okay. Huh? Multiple bebes? Where'd they all come from?
Calm yourself, goddess of the underworld. Living things flocking together like this is perfectly natural. Trust me, the mark of a true leader is a steadfast, unshakable calm. Even when the unexpected or unwelcome happen. Yay!
Oh, it's so cute!
Thanks a bunch! You're super strong. Did they just talk?
I like them. They're mine now. Okay, Water Monsters Crisis, the floating island of innocence. Oh, they're so precious. I will adopt them all. Even the loading screen's adorable. Touring the land. One of an empress's duties is to observe life on the streets, and that is even more the case in foreign lands. So surely, there must be some greater meaning to the pile of packages the torturer accompanying her is carrying. And then again, maybe not. I love how little Okita's in the background eating ice cream. Delicious. Okay, so that's what the island formation looks like. And we're left shoulder beach.
Section 1, the sisters and the innocents.
Okay, I guess these little creatures are innocent. And now time to find out.
Hi? Ooh, is that a greeting? Pretty sure. Boss said greetings are super important. Hello? Gah, what is it with these things? At least I don't sense anything malicious from them.
They seem to enjoy staring into my Leviathan's faces. And the fact that my babies aren't running away from them would seem to suggest that they're not dangerous. It's even cute how they've been tilting their heads in the same direction, or holding up their flippers at the same time as these things. I can tell you they're not spirits, but they don't seem to be normal creatures either.
It's definitely not every day you run into a whole new type of sentient species that's capable of speech. They could be magecraft-based life forms, kind of familiar. Some new form of phantasm or elemental. There's no shortage of possibilities, but I can't say anything for sure from here. Now with the singularity's coordinates remaining indecipherable, and our observational capabilities being limited.
Right. But on the positive side, that's also making it easier to focus on your existence verification, Master. So please don't worry about that. So basically, you want us to investigate what's going on here ourselves, huh? Alright, I'll just ask then. What are you?
Don't know what to say to that. We're just us. Ooh, that's deep. We're just here, being our squishy selves.
I like them even more now. Poke. It's like
Baby's first existential philosophy. They may be capable of speech, but it's still hard to tell what they're talking about. Hey, torturer. When did I give you permission to hug one? What? He just climbed into your arms on its own. So what?
now they're playing tag with my spirit. What in the world is this?
That smells like Boss Boss. Yay, time to play.
What does Boss Boss smell like? Master, I'm getting something in the direction those creatures just ran off. It's a servant signal. Hello, Boss Boss.
Huh?
I don't think there are any water monsters nearby, sister. Oh my, then that must mean all of you. Eek!
Oh, so cute! Boss Boss, play with us. Reporting. These people saved us. Blamo, Blamo, saved.
Wait, slow down. Could you at least let us talk to them first? May I ask who you two are, and will you come home to my Chaldea with me? Oh, ahem. Forgive me. I'm Trung Trak, and this is... Stop that, knee. Haven't I told you how important first impressions are? Quit glaring at them and introduce yourself. I'm Trung Ni, Trak's younger sister. I guess it's good enough. You could stand to be a little friendlier, though. So there you have it. Together we're known as Hai Ba Trung, or the Trung Sisters. We don't remember how we got here, so we think we're servants summoned here by the land itself. I'm Misaki of Chaldea, and if you need a room to stay, I know a place. Cough, cough, Chaldea. Nice to meet Misaki. Looked at all but screams. Don't even think about shaking her hand. Oh, whoops. I think she'd stab me for saying what I just said earlier about inviting them over. Okay, never mind. Oops. Now, may I ask what Chaldea is? I'm glad we ran into you two. We just got here ourselves and could really use someone who can tell us what's going on. Why don't we exchange information? If you like, we can even go first. Information dump. I see. So this is a minute singularity. It may endanger the whole world if not dealt with. We definitely have something to do about it then. Now, what about you two? We have a lot of questions we're hoping you can answer. I'm sorry, I'm afraid we don't know much about this place either. Shortly after we were summoned here, we saw monsters attacking these darling creatures. We couldn't leave them to fend for themselves, so we stepped in to save them. They seem to have taken a shine to us ever since. Bibis. We only saved one at first, but for some reason, all of them got attached to us. It must be Sister's natural virtue. She's always been a charismatic leader, so it's really no wonder. You obviously agree, yes? Yep, I agree. I don't know about charismatic. At any rate, we just hurried on over here after we heard more of these darlings were in trouble. But you seem to have saved them before we even got here. Thank you so much for that. I suppose I should thank you as well. Thanks.
Thanks again. You just saved us just like Boss Boss. Does it mean you're Boss Boss now?
Alright, so what exactly are these creatures anyway? They're called Kon. I'm sorry. That's all we know about them. We think they probably always lived in this land.
Oh, we named him Kon, by the way. It means child in our homeland's language. We figured we needed to call him something, so... I agree. Naming something you've never seen before is arguably the first and most crucial step towards understanding it. By the way, are these all the Kon?
No, there are more elsewhere. We don't know how many there are in total, though. Besides, their numbers keep going up and down. Not to mention, there could still be more on other parts of this island.
Eh?
That's a good point. I'd like to tell you more of what we know, but this isn't a good place to just stand around and talk.
Would you mind if we continue this conversation somewhere else?
We're building a little base of sorts, so the Kon will always have a safe place to gather.
That sounds perfect. We were planning to set up a base camp of our own anyway.
Then please, follow us.
Don't worry, it's not far from here.
We will follow you. I see the Kon already trust them enough to follow them without asking. I'm not sure if it's because the Kon are inherently trusting or because these two are strong leaders.
Stare. Oh yes, I understand. You find me fascinating, don't you? I'm impressed you can tell at a glance that I am indeed history's most perfect empress. Huh? We're just looking. Oh, it's quite alright. I can hardly blame you for being dazzled by my holy glory, seeing as it shines brighter than the sun. Very well then. I will allow you to walk with me in my torturous or destination. Come along. Whoa. Yay!
Oh, knee is knee. And, okay, like truck. These Kon creatures seem to be very friendly. They're cozying up to you and all the servants too.
Look at the babies.
Hey, I know we haven't interacted much before, but I find you just the slightest bit intriguing. There's something about you that both does and doesn't remind me of the other Sakura 5, something both familiar and alien, something that makes me want to compete with you. Oh, if you say so. Now, take these Kon creatures. If they're going to cozy up to someone, I'm sure they'd rather cozy up to the best someone around. So why don't we take this opportunity to demonstrate exactly who that is? And that we can do by seeing which of us is the better leader for these creatures. So I propose... Agreed. I propose...
A contest of elegance, a contest of orderliness.
I guess we're not quite on the same page. Why don't we just agree to both do our best and leave it at that? Yeah, fair enough.
Are they friends? BFFs?
Good question. I think it's complicated. Good question. Next question. Did I try something on this current banner? I did a little bit. I threw ticket. I did not get them, but oh my. That is a mighty murder. Just based on this little like image of him, I can tell he's super buff. Super duper buff. Well, these are going to be interesting enemies. Okay, so Lambda is indirectly familiar with Ireshiga because of Rin. Makes sense.
Look at them carrying the bibis. By the way,
Haiba-chung
are a heroic spirit that were inscribed in human history. But I'm guessing you may not know as much about them as others.
No, I don't. I'm not sure I've even heard them before. I'm sorry.
That's totally fine. I appreciate your honesty. Doing in front of them might be rude, so I thought now would be a good time to quickly go over their database entry. Haiba was born in 1st century AD in what we know now as Northern Vietnam. At the time, there was a Chinese commodity called jiaoqi that was part of the later Han Dynasty. Apparently, the later Han authorities were doing an atrocious job at running things there. The unrest reached a breaking point when authorities unjustly executed Chung Chak's husband, one of the community's most influential figures. That prompted Chung Chak and her sister, Chung Ni, to instigate rebellion. Jiaoqi. That'll be what I knew as the Jiangsu province, way down the south. So there was a rebellion, you say? I do think I've heard about that one before, but I wouldn't know the details since it happened 600 years before my reign. So what happened to them? I suspect I know the answer, but tell me anyway.
Holy cow, 6th copy of Hestia Lobo. That is kind of amazing, actually. Though A, more lambda.
The rebel army Chung Chak led as their king had incredible success at first. They stormed over 65 of the Han's citadels. But in the end, an army was sent from central China to suppress the rebellion, and there wasn't much they could do. Just as I suspected, an emperor cannot ignore rebellion within its borders, no matter how remote the area. I too would have mustered all available forces to suppress a revolt against my dynasty. Excuse me? I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I couldn't help but overhear a conversation. Were you talking about us? Oh yeah, we were. We thought we should study your biographies a bit before talking to you two. I'm sorry if it came off as rude. Oh no, not at all. We don't mind in the slightest. Besides, it's kind of embarrassing to talk about ourselves. More importantly, I was going to ask us after we arrived at the base and had a chance to collect ourselves. But now that I've overheard your discussion, let me just do it now. By any chance, are you... Hehehe, so you noticed, have you? Indeed, I am Empress of China. In fact, I am none other than the Empress who united all of China 600 years after your death. I see. You're taking this surprisingly well. I don't know much about earthly affairs, but we're talking about an empire and the ones who fought against it, right? You're rebels, so don't you hate her? I'm not sure I'd say hate. It was more that we didn't have a choice. We had to stand up for ourselves, just to live ordinary lives, which at some point turned into a fight, that's all. So I don't have much to say to an empress that lived 600 years after us, besides... Oh, I see. I should have known you would have a spine of steel. Indeed, you're exactly right. The truth is, we have no connection whatsoever. All I have to say is that all I have to say to you is that your story is a tale of fools. You were fools to start a hopeless war. The authorities were fools to push you and yours to that point. I swear, what idiot ran the South back then? If I'd been around, I would have had him executed for that failure. I trust it goes without saying that I never met the Emperor of China in my time, but I'm fairly sure you and he were very different. So that's all it comes down to. You and I may never be great friends, but I don't especially hate you either. I agree with everything Sister said. However, if you do anything at all to harm her, Empress, that will change very quickly. Oh ho, impressive. It seems you're much more comfortable fighting than your sister. Would you please stop provoking each other? We've literally just met. We're supposed to be working together here, remember? I wouldn't say we're provoking each other. We're just being clear about where we stand. There are things both of us aren't willing to compromise about, I'm sure. But you can rest assured that I do genuinely hope we're all able to cooperate and get along. So please, don't worry. Oh there! We're almost at our base. What is that people say in these situations again? Oh, all aboard the hype train. Or is that not right? Don't worry, sister. It was super cute. And it got us all fired up.
anyone who says otherwise. Choo-choo! Satisfied nodding. Plus age 5.
Choo-choo!
Alright then everyone, please watch your step on the home stretch. Away we go. I wonder what this space will look like. Oh, we traveled a decent distance. Okay, aquatic village. Alrighty. That is an aquatic village. Yes, indeed. Here we are. Wow, this is a lot more impressive than I expected. Whoa, a floating village. We built it ourselves. Oh, I'm impressed. Oh, and by we, I mean me, sister, and the cone.
We built it. Are you proud of us? Head back.
Oh yes, very proud. The cone are much better with their hands than you'd think. They're also great students and naturally curious, so once we taught them how to build, they started making all sorts of things. Oh right, there's someone I'd like to introduce you to. Let's see. Oh, there he is, Elder!
Oh. Oh my. Is age finally starting to play tricks on me? It looks like there are more of you sisters now. The Kon aren't the only ones who grow in their numbers, I see someone purple, someone with pointy legs. Well, isn't that lovely? They may not look much like you sisters, but they're just as adorable as sight to these sore eyes.
There aren't more of us, Elder. These are our guests.
Oh, oh-ho, more guests besides you two? Well, I'll be a sea monkey's uncle.
And now we have a talking turtle, huh? Well, I did hear you met a talking tortoise before too, so... Is it really that surprising? I mean, we both know a sheep we almost can't get to stop talking.
Blonde hair, huh? That's a little too fancy for these old bones. I tend to prefer more prim and proper girls, especially ones with long and dark hair.
Huh? Are you nuts? I'm way more prim and proper than that horrible cheapskate Ishtar. Poor Reshkigal. Yep, looks like our scanners still aren't working right. Hi, Batrong. Can I ask you who this nice, turtle is? Wow. When our trackers aren't working, at least our comms work, but when our comms don't work, the trackers work. Well... He's apparently the island itself. Huh?
Yes, I suppose I ought to shell out an explanation to our new guests. I don't want you to think I run a turtletarian regime here.
These puns?
Oh, I'm just joking. I love conversing with youngsters like yourself.
This turtle's awfully laid back. It reminds me of Dumuzid too. But for some reason, it's even more irritating here. Come on, Elder, this is serious.
Sorry. Well, I've been alive for a long time, I think. I forgot where the sea is, or even where my purpose for being here might be. But there's one thing I still remember. The land was formed when dirt accumulated on my back, sprouted seeds, and became islands. Which means you're all standing on top of me right now.
Pardon the intrusion, sir. We're what? This is fine. Why don't we have a proper sit down so we aren't just standing around in the entrance? This is our room. Well, more like the place we're using for our headquarters, really. I'm just sorry we don't have any refreshments to offer you. Don't be. What could be more refreshing than getting to be in the same room and breathe the same air as you, my dearest sister? Who's a bigger sis, Con? Me or Nobukatsu? Go on. Savor it, all of you. Hey, I'm just glad Misaki has a place where she can get out of the sun. Alright, now that we've all collected ourselves, let me make sure I've got everything you told us straight. You're saying this isn't an archipelago, but islands resting on the back of an enormous turtle?
and that they form by dirt accumulating on your shell?
Yup. It was only later that I realized the top part of my shell above the sea's surface had become a group of islands.
Yes, they would fit right into a Pokemon game. Heh. Cough, cough. Sun and moon, cough, cough, cough. And since
there were trees growing out from the dirt, I couldn't bring myself to dive and ruin it all. So I just keep swimming like that, and at some point, I couldn't imagine it being any other way.
Ah, true. Nobukatsu is able to separate himself from his sister, so that means he's the lesser Siscon. He needs to work on his love for his sister.
Maybe it's because it happened so long ago, but I just don't remember much about it. Or maybe I was just never much for detail.
Let's see. Our scanner's still not able to... our scanner's still not very accurate there. But if I tweak it like this... Well, I'm just guessing here, but it looks like the turtle is telling the truth. These islands don't reach the seabed. They really just seem to be floating. Well, I'll be. I know the stories of the spirit turtle said to carry Mount Pangla on its back, but I never thought I'd see one. There are actually stories like that all over the world. In Europe, there's one about a giant sea turtle named Aspidochelone, who was so big that they were mistaken for an island. In Arabia, there's a legend about a titanic sea turtle, or a crustacean in some versions, named Zartan. Maybe they're all actually giant phantasmals? I don't know, but I'd love to find out. Still, for the moment, we should probably make sure that...
Ho ho ho, don't you worry. I'm not about to move anytime soon. I've been floating all this time. I'm not about to dive down to the sea all of a sudden now. I've been around for so long at this point that my real body is basically sleeping all the time. Or maybe I'm actually dead and I just haven't realized it yet.
Oof. Yeah, that's a big oof.
But in exchange, I've got my miniature self here, separate from my real body. Can't say I remember when that happened though.
So, does it mean you're a divided divine spirit? Or the brains of this one?
Good question. I'm not sure who or what I am. It all happened so very long ago. I'm really just killing time at this point. Besides, I like sunbathing. It feels so nice on my shell.
I like sunbathing too. We're always sunbathing. Just thinking about it makes me sleepy. Yeah. So, what is your relationship to these creatures?
I don't have one. I was just minding my own business when they practically started growing on me.
Are they parasites?
They're perfectly harmless, so I didn't mind letting them stay. Oh, but I do remember this. A few days ago, some terrifying monsters started coming here from the sea and out of the fog.
Do you mean those hideous merfolk?
No, it's not just them. Some are hooked, some look human. They're all sorts really. The only thing they had in common is that they were all water-dwelling monsters. As more of them showed up, these water monsters began devouring the Kon and stealing their lands. But thankfully, these sisters appeared just when they were about to lose everything. They prevented the water monsters from taking it all that we had.
Yay! Ooh, hello, welcome. Hi, hope your stream went by well.
I suppose you could say this place here is all we have left though.
I'm just glad we weren't too late, even if this is the last bastion. Unfortunately, we couldn't go on the offensive with the two of us alone. But fortunately, it looks like we were able to buy time until more allies arrived. Okay, I get the gist of what's going on here now. So you two were summoned to this land because... Yes, we think it's our duty to save these darling Kon. Besides, we can't think of any other reason. Ooh, hello.
Good point. This wouldn't be a singularity if there weren't some kind of anomaly at play. And usually, when we resolve the anomaly, the singularity gets repaired shortly afterwards. That said, What exactly do you think we'll need to do to save the con?
Good question. You see, there's something unique about the way the water monsters hunt. If possible, it's better to not just defeat them, but to... Oh no, I just remembered. How did you all defeat the mer person you encountered earlier? The same way we would any monster. We just hit it until it stopped moving, like usual. I see. Well, that's how you do it normally, but in that case... Is there a problem? Sort of. If a water monster eats a con, then...
Must help! The bullies are back. One of us got ate up.
What? That's the direction we came from. Did we miss an enemy? I think it's better if I showed you what we mean. Let's go.
Hold on, Con, was it? You're no more than bait for those monsters yet. Then why would you come along, stay here, and wait for us to get back?
It's okay. Yes, they are what the water monsters want, but they have a special role. We'll have a few come along with us. It'll be fine as long as we keep them safe. Huh? If more are being attacked, then we can talk later. Come on, Misaki. Yeah, let's hurry. If I eat one, will I get powers too? Will I get extra buff like that one super buff merfolk dude? I guess I'll find out. And away we go. Boop. Boop. Wee. Merman. He seems normal. No man, my ears feel plugged. It's annoying. I know I shouldn't pop them though. But I want to. But no, I will resist. I think my ears are just acting like that because of my sinuses. That'll be good. Oh, speaking of good, that was super effective. Very good. Battle finish. Yay. He dropped me a mystical ivy. Beautiful. Bonk. Wow, you two really are in perfect sisterly sync. I agree. Their combinations are just as effective as Anne and Mary or the Deal Scurry. I'm not sure what the elephants are about though. Well, the only thing I can say is that they are certainly cute. And that should do it. Excuse me, everyone. This is important. Whatever you do, please don't finish it off. Axel, let's... Huh? You want us to let them get away? No, you can weaken them as much as you like. The idea is to wail on them until even a baby could finish them off. Then... Now!
Got it. It's con time.
Oh? Okay. Oh, I gotta use them then. I wanna raise their bonds.
You're having the con deal a final blow?
It's okay to kill ordinary water monsters, like the ones who just come up from the outside fog. But some of them have gotten stronger by eating con. They won't disappear if you kill them in the usual ways. It's like cutting weeds instead of pulling them up by the roots. They'll eventually come back to life, but we only discovered this by a lucky coincidence. We don't know why this happens, but just like when the con gets eaten, if they're the ones who deal the final blow. Did that mer person just turn to more con? Con, are you the baby versions? Is this Digimon? Yeah, that's right. If the con finish these water monsters off, then the con they ate come back. And the water monster stays dead. Which means, if we keep defeating the water monsters like this, then we might be able to save the con who were eaten. At least, we hope so. Alrighty. We have a goal.
Now I see. So the cone's number is decreasing is the main problem there, or here. Then we can't just fire an anti-army noble phantasm at the whole archipelago to wipe out the water monsters and be done with that.
I wish we could do that.
Sounds like blasting these islands to bits and wiping out anything that moves won't lead to the ending we want.
Yeah, never mind. I wouldn't want to do that either.
Indeed, that would be quite the sad conclusion. I don't remember when things were different anymore. But I still feel it would be a shame losing this earth, the scent of the forest, or the cone's liveliness.
Yeah, if there's a way to restore this island to the peaceful place it used to be, then I think that needs to be what we consider a win here. Definitely. So we play our cards right, we can take back the places those monsters now control. And restore the cone population while we're at it, huh? That's right. And while I'm not sure exactly how, you can tell if a water monster's eaten a cone or not just by looking. However, the cone are extremely weak fighters. There's no way we can defeat the monsters on their own. I mean, they can defeat the monsters on their own. So someone has to help them out by weakening the monsters quite a lot first. It's only been us up until now, so we couldn't cover enough ground to make a real difference. But now that all of you are here, we may be able to finally go on the offensive. And if we're lucky, we may just be able to take these islands back. And the truce is the word. Of course we'll help.
Sounds like a plan.
Ho ho! I've always liked a bit of noise. The noise young girls make in particular feels like it adds years to my life. But the noise of helpless creatures being eaten is a different matter. If I'm going to have creatures living on my back, I'd much rather they be peaceful.
Ooh, hello.
If you can restore those peaceful times, so much the better. I wish I could help you, but I'm just a very old turtle. All about I can do these days is sunbathe. If any of you lovely ladies would care to warm your cheeks on my toasty sunbathed shell,
Sir?
then I might be able to be of assistance, but that's all I can think of.
Sir?
You seem pretty young in some ways to me. Hey, don't worry about it. This kind of thing is what we do. It's a little unusual that we'll have to help the cone deal the final blows instead of finishing off enemies ourselves. But I'm sure we'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. I have a great deal of experience leading subjects. I have no doubts that these cone creatures will soon be bowing before my glory and doing everything I say. Oh, look at them!
That seems like a lot to expect from creatures climbing or torturers like they're jungle gyms. Well, like the spirits of Kerr, we can communicate with these creatures, so I have no problem with this plan. You're talking to a star who's gotten her Leviathan to dance a perfect waltz without a flipper out of place. This will be easy.
I agree. These servants should have no trouble leading the cone where they need to go. And even though Singularity's coordinates are still indecipherable, we can actually ray shift across a fairly wide swath of it. So don't worry, it looks like we can even send in other servants to back you up if necessary.
Thank you so much. Having backup on top of all of your help would be an incredible relief.
Wow, sunbathing. This is great. I feel safer already.
Man, there really are a lot of them, aren't there? I love them. Yes, there are. Especially now that some of them have come back after the last battle. And I expect there'll be even more of them once we start going on the offensive. I'm sorry to say something like this after you've already so kindly agreed to fight with us. But could I ask you for one more favor? That depends on what it is. Stars like me only grant fan requests if we feel like it. Ma'am, do you need Sing Quartz? I'll give you some Sing Quartz. Let me summon you. Well, what is it? Well, if possible, I'd like to expand this village before we start getting more con. Ah, I understand. Okay, this is where I gotta farm. The cone can live happily just about anywhere, but I still think they'd be better off having roofs over their heads. If the cone are all in one place instead of scattered across the islands,
That means a bigger village would also make it easier for us to defend against raids.
Exactly. So can I ask you to gather more materials to help us expand it? You can leave the construction to us in the con. We did build this place together. Once we have made some simple tools and showed them how to use them, they were able to make pretty much anything we asked them to. I'm sure it all feels like a game to them, but either way, they really are good with their hands.
We got it, easy peasy. Building's more fun than breaking. Hey, it's gonna be awesome, promise.
When you say materials, I assume you mean lumber and stone and such? Elder's, Shell, does seem to have plenty of natural resources, but the problem is, well...
Oh, don't you worry about me. It's not as though I grew these trees on purpose. Take as many as you like. Just don't be rough, okay? I'd appreciate if you could cut the trees down gently and gather stones quietly as if you were petting my shell through the dirt.
A single expansion may not be enough, and there could be more work along those lines down the road. So maybe I should also send in some servants who are good at building and gathering construction materials. I'll take a look at the roster later and pick out a few folks. Gathering materials and building facilities on a deserted island. That certainly brings back memories. This mission should be no problem at all for you, Master. Alright then, why don't we get started by gathering materials for the first village expansion? Did I unlock a node yet? Oh, Mash is thinking of Summer 1. The mechanic of this event are basically identical. Oh, cool! Cute! Oh, so cute! Okay, I know I got about the store. I'm just gonna stare at the map a little bit. Don't mind me. Okay, so I got... Okay. Yeah, that's adorable. You know, I want to unlock the next... Or I want to see how long the second section is. I'm gonna do this real quick. Hee hee hee.
Foo foo foo.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the chart. I gotta check that out afterwards. Because this is easy to unlock. I want to see what happens a little bit after I build another thingy. But man, later on tonight I gotta make some tea or something. I want to get rid of whatever bad germs are in me. Land jellyfish. Normal enemy so far. Not too scary. So man, my ears feeling clogged is the most annoying feeling right now. At least forcing yawns kind of helps get rid of that stuck feeling, but still. What kind of tea am I thinking of? This might sound a little bit cursed, but mushroom tea? Since mushrooms are supposed to be good for you. And I actually have that stuff. Or I can just make like a basic thing like green tea, but nah. I wanna be fancy with my mushroom tea. As one do. Or I can make like a mushroom cocoa. You know, let's go all Nobu because why not? Ooh! The other sections are that short then? But yeah, I'm playing on the side of caution. No losing voice. Ah, so close. Just a little bit more. 123 HP. And bonk. Part of me wanted to make tea before the stream and bring it here, but then I think I'd be sweating a lot during the stream. And I'm like, you know what? I am going to survive. I'm going to live well and not to be like a total mess. Because it is kind of hot tonight, not gonna lie. Then again, I'm also still like distressing from all that group work. Like, oh my goodness. I thought it would be faster than how it was. I didn't think I'd end around like a little under an hour before the stream started. Like, holy cow. When I saw the time, I'm like, oh my goodness, it really took that long to finish the group work? Really? But it's okay, we did it in the end, and that's what matters. Now, if we didn't finish the group work by then, oh, then I'd be sad. At that point, then I can just be like, okay, goodbye world for now. Yeah, it's done. No need to worry about it until next week, when there's even more group work. Apparently we're getting group work every week until the end of the semester now. Yay! Now we know what to expect, kind of, but at the same time, no! The only hint was that it's gonna be group work, group work, group work, group work, group work. Like, but why? Why you want me to suffer? Though it's okay. That just forces me to be extra attentive. As one do. And that just means I gotta get more energy drinks to be extra attentive, especially if it's gonna be long group work days like today. Tuesdays are gonna be the most stressful for the next month or so, but it's okay. I can live, I can put up with that. Okay, now there's a monster first third, an ultra Gramfly. I believe in Nobu. Go, Nobu, go. Okay, that's good. Ooh, hello, hello. And same, it is super exhausting. Extremely exhausting. Part of me wanted to just like fall asleep a few times, but I'm like, I can't just do it. Must be good. Now I'm fighting Monster Gramfox. Why she gotta be with the flies? Actually, never mind, because they're Gramflies. I understand. Oh, to be associated with flies, though. And yeah, that wasn't bad at all. Look at how cute they are. I love this cone. Delicious apple. Nom nom nom. Keep me healthy. Project 1, Floating Village Expansion. Boop. Oh, look at them building. Oh, adorable. I love them. Huh, you don't say. This is why you summoned me to this place? How was the con? Super duper fun? Lots and lots of fun, lots of running around, lots of screaming and waving glow sticks. My wallet is so mad at me, but it's worth it. I wish I could have bought more, but no. You wish for me to gather materials and supervise construction? so that I am entirely certain. This is not the sort of joke, is it? It is true that my noble phantasm, hanging gardens of Babylon, is wrought with materials from my homeland. I therefore do possess some expertise in construction, civil engineering, and collection of materials. But to think this is what you would have the Empress of Assyria do, as opposed to ruling a kingdom or poisoning your foes. I will ask once more, Master, as I am not wholly convinced this is not merely a misguided attempt at a prank. Have you lost your mind? Are you in fact serious about this? Depending on your answer, I may have to break out my tetrodotoxin. I know it's a lot to ask, but please, we need your help. I'm absolutely serious. We can't do this without you. They had to build Semiramis's hanging garden from scratch in order for to use it. Oh, that is painful sounding. Good grief. That is pain and suffering. Oh, I love how she has a construction hat. And hup! Ooh, hello. Welcome, welcome. Not bad, if I do say so myself. These additions are both flexible and durable, while still meshing well with the existing designs. I've never built domiciles in water before. But now I'm intrigued by the thought of adding a similar water area to my hanging garden. Wow, they're beautiful!
New homes? This is amazing! I'm super duper satisfied.
Of course you are. Still, while my aesthetic and engineering prowess are of course, largely responsible for the success, I will say that your labor played a role as well. To recognize your contributions, I award you 100 QP.
That's it?
For such large-scale projects as this, it is essential to be frugal with one's resources.
All that aside, I still cannot quite believe that these creatures really are as dexterous as we were told.
I don't get it. Their little hands look even less dexterous than a penguin's flippers. You can thank me for my excellent managerial skills. I knew it would not be an issue. I am already accustomed to directing my dove familiars. Maybe that's true for the con. But more than once, I've heard you yelling at your familiars. Something about not picking their supervisor's head without permission. Yes, I suppose that has happened on occasion. I must remain ever vigilant. I thought I had trained them better. Is there something about my head that whets their appetites?
Happens to us too. What if it's just a little nibble?
Please don't let your doves eat the con after we just save some from water monsters. Anyway, it's great that the con now have more safe places to live. So, we're thankful. To a certain degree.
You're welcome. It's okay, now you can thank me. You're welcome.
Alright then. Now that all that's taken care of, let's begin our first offensive. That's a good idea. But unfortunately, we still know nothing about the island's geography, or where the water monsters are most prevalent. Man, I don't have like a top favorite. I have favorites. So I think you two are the best choice to come up with our plan of action. Okay. I'm not very confident about this, but that's how it always is. I'm not sure I can come up with a perfect strategy, but if it has to be done, I'll just do the best I can. Of course, we'll help you out as much as we can too. Just tell us what you need and we'll try to make it happen. Especially now that we're ready to race shift and more help if we have to. Right, we'll send people based on the strategy you come up with. But don't worry,
Everyone here is worth 1,000 soldiers. So let's all do our best to save the clone together. Yay!
More delicious silver fruit. Okay, I can definitely do section 2.
Prying priest.
Prying priests? Are my eyes deceiving me? Or are there prying priests? We shall find out.
Stare.
Ooh.
Mash is definitely the cinnamon roll.
I think we should start here, especially since it's near the village.
Fine with me. Starting close to home is almost always a good choice. It's easy to defend an attack from so close. I heard a little about this earlier, but it sounds like the kind of merfolk in this area aren't the kind Master saw when she first got here. That's right. There are several different kinds of water monsters here. Usually, only one species emerges in the fog at a time, and so far, it's been a different species each time. The merfolk he saw are the only kind we've seen across all the islands, so there could be some here too. But I think most of the ones we'll find here are from a different species.
Like we mentioned earlier, these new water monsters are more like humans than merfolk did. And for some reason, the clone's finishing moves didn't work on them, even though they don't even have scales. On top of that, they also use a mysterious technique to strengthen themselves. Those two factors have kept us from being able to do anything about them, so we've had no choice but to leave this area alone.
Got it. Putting aside that enhancement technique for now, since we don't have much information about it. Let's go over what Haiba Chung has already told us about these monsters' external characteristics. As a resident genius artist, I whipped up a sketch of them based on the sister's description, and it looks like they're dressed in Japanese clothing. And so...
Oh.
So that is why you called on us.
Hopefully, either my spirit or my Buddhist chants can send them to the afterlife. I'm getting a spam call. Cool. Amazing. Part of me wants to answer, but no. And since I've already come all this way, I'll see if they can do just that.
So shiny and smooth. Are you one of us?
Indeed. I suppose we are in a sense. Ha ha ha.
Would you take this seriously? We're deep in enemy territory here, you know. We're supposed to be on a guard here.
My, you're so serious. I mean, my, you're so serious. Yoming... Nyang Nyang, goddess of the underworld, why do you feel the need to rush on ahead? The whole reason we brought these monks along was so we could lead a sort of fieldwork to them.
Maybe so, but that doesn't mean I can just stand around in the back twiddling my thumbs.
I think it's great that you're so motivated, Reshiao. Your earnestness is one of your best virtues, Reshiao. You really think so? I mean, I'm just a natural go-getter. I couldn't stop being that way even if I wanted to. I'm definitely not doing this for your praise. That's for sure. In fact, I can't imagine what you'd ever think otherwise.
Yes, whatever you say. Come on. Now that we know what these monsters look like, let's not waste any more time tracking them down.
Oh, baby. Aw, some of the clone are sliding around like penguins. It's so cute how some of the clone are falling on their bellies, penguin style. Why did you teach those creatures that trick? Chiewunu? Translate penguin dancer. Well, I'm not about to let you outdo me. Maybe I will teach them how to use my torture implements once we get back.
That is terrifying.
Silently shaking your head as if to say, that's a terrible idea.
Nah, what's the worst that can happen?
There, that's it. That is indeed Japanese clothing. And what's more, he seems to be dressed like a monk. No matter, anyone can look like a monk if they put on a kesa robe and chant a Buddhist prayer too. But it is what it's on the inside that counts. Allow me in my Jumonji spirit to find out exactly what this monk imposter is truly made of.
He got him! Oh my, what brilliant spearmanship.
That's kind of you to say, if a little embarrassing, but unfortunately, that didn't go quite how expected.
Hehehe, go!
Riddle me this. I have both 2 legs and 8. My residence is both impenetrable and mobile, and I can change it whenever I please. What am I?
What? Oh. Huh? Don't you remember? They said that the cone's attacks didn't work on these things. And while I'm at it, I'm guessing that was their technique for enhancing themselves. It also sounded like they were asking us a question.
Riddles. Monk attire. Where have I heard this sort of thing before?
You know about this sort of thing, Benkei?
Yes, master. Look, there's a new one over there. Let us go take a closer look.
We'll keep this one busy right now. We need all the information we can get. We'll do our best to find a way past your defenses. Good luck.
I'm in your debt. Riddle me this. I have both 2 legs and 8. My residence is both impenetrable and mobile, and I can change whenever I please. What am I? I've got it. The answer is a hermit crab. Now let us see what you are. Water monster. Ha!
Okay, hermit crab. Alrighty. Ah, I have to use him.
Okay.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. Amazing. Good job, Benkei. I believe in you. I say as I use Arjuna. This be fine.
世界は学びに満ちている。ならば今こそ人は学ぶ時。知識こそが悪を断つ。マハープララヤ。メッセイ。ケアレスミス。
That was pretty good, actually.
Good job, Benkei. Look at you being awesome.
He might just go down already, even if I'm not taunting.
Which is great for me. Time to break a gauge.
起立。
破順返上権限せよ三千大戦天皇メッセイ
ケアレスミス。
Oh, my leg has fallen asleep. Oh, this is painful. I don't like this feeling. Ow. I hate that prickly feeling. I will run around later. Ow, come on, leg. I wanted to rest you today. But no. You chose violence. Oh, it's a pretty crab. Huh? What is that thing?
That is the true nature. These creatures are hermit crab monsters. They are said to wander the lands of Japan, posing riddles, while dressed as monks and killing any who cannot answer. A variant of the crab monk yokai.
Then, these are hermit crab monks? There has to be a better name for them. Okay, it's great that we know what they are now, but what are we gonna do about all of them? It appears they see no need to hide what they are now, that we've answered the riddle. That must be why some of them are already in their shells. And no wonder. They know the con can never hurt them through those shells, no matter how much we weaken them. Then, what if we broke their shells open? Would that do it? You want us to not only weaken them as much as possible, but also break open the shells without damaging their insides? I, who mastered the Hozoin style, should be able to manage that, but what about the rest of you? Do you think you could execute such an intricate attack?
Nope.
Well, at least they're honest. Also, I like how smug most of them are.
I'm afraid my spear technique is more about brute strength than precision strike, so...
Then I'm afraid I alone won't be able to crack open so many shells. The fact is, this is a war, small though the scale of it may be. And it is one that the Koan themselves need to fight. So it may be that the Koan need to deal the final blow by piercing the crab shells and striking their exposed weak point.
Unfortunately, answering the riddle might remove their enhancement, but doesn't do anything about their shells. And the Koan just don't have the strength to break through them. Which means the only option we have is...
Then I guess we have no choice but to retreat for the time being.
Yep.
As they say, they who fight and run away live to fight another day. Retreat is our best option here. I suspect you all have the same thought as well. However, whether or not this is what the Buddha would do, I can't say as I'm still in training.
Okay, time to walk away.
Just keep walking, just keep walking. And now back to the village.
And now we strategize. I think our only option is arming the Koan. I agree.
That does seem to be the answer, yes.
Is this what the Buddha would want? To give weapons to innocent beings such as these? Why not? Then again, I carry a weapon myself, so I suppose I'm in no position to talk.
Even the most docile of herbivores will fight tooth and nail to escape being eaten.
It's too bad turtles don't have any teeth.
Shall I carve some pointing edges for you then? I'm quite good at making vicious tools of that sort.
Ooh, hello.
At any rate, it would seem this is indeed our only option, if they are going to survive.
What you talking about?
We're talking about how we can help you and all the other Koan. This way, they'll be able to protect themselves, but at the cost of part of what makes them, them. Are you okay with that? You're right. Even if this is what they have to do to survive, I don't want to force them. Yeah. So what are you guys gonna do?
I don't want to get eaten unless I say it's okay. I want to play more. I want to sunbathe. What about you, boss? What would make you happy?
Well, I wouldn't say it's about happiness. But if you were all eaten and there weren't any of you left, I think I'd be very sad. We still don't know exactly what you are. We don't know what kind of connection we have, if any. But what we do know is, now that we've met, now that we know the joys of laughing together, I don't want to lose what we have. Maybe it's the same as what happened when I was alive. I couldn't abide by how things were. So I made a stand to try and change them, even though I knew I wasn't strong enough. I didn't have a choice. I knew it would be dangerous. I knew it would put everyone I cared about in danger, but even so... It sounds like she's remembering the rebellion she and her sister had started. Oh, whoops. Sorry for getting off track. Never mind me. My point is...
I'll do it.
Huh?
I'll fight. We've already been fighting back. Now I'll just hit them with tools instead of our hands, right?
Ooh, now it's time for a Koan training arc. Hear that, sister? They're on board. Sometimes people know nothing's going to change unless they fight. That's why we decide to make you our king. and follow you wherever you decide to go. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Okay then. Let's go ahead with the plan to arm the con. No objections here. At this point, that does seem like the only viable option. Fortunately, we also have servants who excel at item construction, so we shouldn't have any trouble using this island's unique resources to make weapons the con can use. The only question now is, what exactly do we make? The con are very good with their hands, so they should be able to use any kind of weapon we give them. Especially if they only need to deal the final blow to weaken enemies. So, what shall we make? Good question. I've never armed my Galu spirits, so I don't have many ideas.
The only weapons a star and her backup dancers need are beauty and glamour.
I know, torture instruments, like saws and such.
She is joking, right? No clue. Who knows how empresses think?
We overheard the whole thing. Hehehe. Looks like this is a job for me. Huh? It's you.
Who?
Oh, I thought it was gonna end like that. Ha ha ha! This first meeting of the What Do We Arm the Cons with? Coalition is now in session. Ooh! Flap. Come on, me, you too.
Oh? What is this all about? Why are you doing this, Nagiko? What is this all about?
Tisk. Isn't it obvious? Since you don't know what to arm the cons with, Chanmas, I decided to call in a bunch of weapons experts to get their opinions. Alrighty, let's get started, shall we? First up, question time. What kind of weapon do you recommend for a ranked amateur?
I would suggest a katana, a longsword. They're the weapon of true warriors. The more you swing one, the more of a warrior you become. So I would recommend the longsword. Of course, if you do decide to make longswords, then Mother will come help however she can.
Oh my, is she your mother?
Yes. Not really, but for all intents and purposes, yes. Yes. Just yes. Why does she look so uncomfortable with that?
Okay, everyone's all warmed up now, yeah? Then let's move on to the next guy. Now, in the interest of time, let's keep your answers short and sweet. What weapon do you recommend for
Short.
Short.
Okay.
Sparta! Hello. If you want to arm every last soldier, then the spear is your only choice. I know it may seem like a meek intellectual, but I did actually lead 300 Spartans into battle against the Persian army. So I'm very used to fighting with small forces. Of course, each one of my Spartan soldiers was equal to 1,000 ordinary ones. But that doesn't at all detract from the unparalleled excellence of the spear. They're easier to use than swords when fighting as an army, and they're safer for people inexperienced at combat. For one thing, they're perfect for keeping your distance from the enemy, as long as you can thrust and swing. Even inexperienced fighters can achieve some degree of success in combat, and as a bonus, if you should choose spears, then I, of course, will come join you as well.
Well, if I had to choose something for the con, just because they're fighting shellfish, I would want to give them ice picks. Ice picks to pierce the shell. Which I guess would be closer to a spear.
I will then mold even your squishy soldiers into Spartans with physiques most gloriously and muscular.
Imagine muscular cons.
I shall make them into first-class soldiers. One must fight if one is to survive, so fight they shall.
Man, you Spartans really are something else. I might have to take some lessons from you too at some point. And finally, let's hear what this last person has to say. I probably should have thought of this before calling you, but do you have any weapons you'd recommend for beginners?
You wish for my opinion? I'm honored to be here, but I'm afraid I only have an inkling of an idea when compared to your other two experts' sheer passion. Black keys are quite difficult to wield. It took me a considerable time to master them. My suggestion is the pile bunker. It is both a simple and effective way for defeating enemies who are protected by tough shells. And most importantly, it's just cool.
Is that really the most important? Hell yeah! Coolness is best.
She gets it. Are you there, Master? I need to talk to you about the dig site.
Okay, the pile bunker is based on CL7 Holy Scripture. Okay.
Hold it. Was that... Alright, I know what to do. I shall brew a batch of memory-erasing poison and make that saint drink a gallon of it.
Okay, that's all for today, folks.
Great job all around.
So now that we've heard a number of opinions, have you settled on a weapon you think will work best? Each has its strengths and weaknesses, so it's really up to you and what you prefer, Chanmas. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up by handing the baton off to our collective Kohai. Go on and sum things up.
Okay.
Ahem. Well, as Seishon once said, we have options now, and I know it may be difficult to choose. But in the end, Master, I think you're the only one who can make this decision. If you can't seem to make up your mind, you could also base your decision on how much of any given material we've acquired so far. Okay, that's all I have to say. I look forward to seeing what weapon you choose, Master.
I want all the above. Yeah, all the above sounds best. And I'll continue the story later. Man, my nose is getting stuffed, and I need tea in that case. Tea will help clear my ears and my nose. Hopefully, I just gotta make sure it's hot. Not too hot to burn my tongue, of course, but hot enough to melt whatever I need to melt. Cause gosh darn it. I'll build that one first. Okay. Let's see, is it over here? Oh, okay, I see. I can do that. I got this. Oh shoot, I was muted. I didn't even realize that till now. But yeah, I'm like, whoops, I guess I chose the sword. And Mother knows best, and because I'm doing this for her, I'm bonding with her, then maybe, just maybe, she'll let me summon her. Right? Right? Leah, so it's almost time, huh? Are you sure they'll be okay? Of course they will. Raiko there has a lot of experience leading troops to battle. I think they said she used to be the leader of the strongest clan of warriors in all Japan. If she says they're ready, then they're ready for just about anything. More importantly... Yes? I'm guessing it's because you're sisters, but you two move in absolutely perfect sync. It's more like you're dancing together than fighting together. Have you ever thought about performing on stage? Your talents are wasted on the back of a giant turtle. Thank you, but I think I'll pass. I'm glad to see you realize how beautiful Sister is. But that doesn't mean you can put her on display for the whole world to see. Did you not catch that I was inviting you as well? Oh well, never mind that now. It looks like we're about to begin. Attention! Everyone report in. Oh, they're so cute! They do get weapons. Oh, I love this.
Equipment's all set. I'm super duper ready to do this. It's payback time.
Very good. Then it is time. Genji, advance.
Genji advance. what that means, but yeah.
These are certainly the cutest Genji warriors I've ever fought beside. I can only imagine how much Lord Ushiwakamaru wouldn't have loved to see this. She'd probably be so excited she'd forget the plan, run straight to the enemy, and behead them all before we could say stop.
Good thing we left her behind.
Genji, advance! Oh ho! That was quite the Genji call there, master. I take it this isn't your first rodeo. Very well then. Let us also be on our way.
That is adorable how this actually lets you choose which weapon they're gonna use for the rest of the story. Not gonna lie, I kinda want to choose the other weapon, but you know, it's fine. It's cute. But yeah, I'll continue the main story later then. And yeah, Benkei is with that Ushiwaka. Benkei gets his time to shine just like Areshki Gal, which I appreciate. You know, they deserve some love too, as one do. But yeah, I want to clear up my sinuses and my ears, mainly my ears. The ear part is the most annoying just because I like being able to hear movement around the house. Especially when people like open my door and I'm not like surprised, you know? So yeah, I shall continue it on Thursday. So thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day at Epic Gacha Lock. It was short, but I need to be semi-good to myself because I'm sick, as one do. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Get out of here, stick germs.